What up, America? What up, world? Welcome to A Better Black America podcast, the number one urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Now, today is Tuesday, April 29th, 2022, and we're going to pour out a little liquor. We're going to pour out a little liquor for critical race theory. Critical race theory is actually died. Critical race theory died March 29th, 2022, and it was replaced by the H.R. 55 Immoral Anti-Lynching Act signed into law March 29th, 2022. Now, today is a special day because today is the actual 25th show or episode. Give a hand clap for that. That's the 25th podcast, which we're going to celebrate 25, 50, and then 100. And hopefully after 100, things have taken off and doing what it's supposed to do. But A Better Black America is raising a bar for humanity. A Better Black America is not just for Black America. We know at Ashavadal, there's no way we can go, nothing we can do to separate ourselves from any and everything here in the world or in this country. So we know assimilation didn't work. Conformity didn't do anything but just keep us pushed back. And now we're losing the fight to Black ignorance, but Black excellence is stepping up. Because there has to be a moral compass. There has to be some type of morality. There have to be a level of a higher standard, for a special group of people. And that special group of people has to put the crown themselves and live in that realm and not allow any and everything to make decisions for us, because we used to be Negro. Well, we was colored before that. Then we was Negro. And then we tried to make a move and we was Black. And when we start saying Black in the 60s, Black became something that was a beautiful thing. It was inclusive to everyone, but it was a higher moral standard to a group of people that was pretty much oppressed when it comes to American history. And it's not a theory, confirmed facts with the Immoral Anti-Lynching Act signed into law of this year of March 29th, 2022. So now that we have critical race facts and systematic racism, the facts remain that one of the main things to keep the Black race down as a whole was to emasculate them and emasculate the community. And I'm talking about the science of Willie Lynch. I'm not talking about women or anything. I'm talking about a system. I'm talking about a critical law and doctrine and scientific evidence that was proven to actually work. So now they're not doing it anymore. We're doing it to ourselves because we don't even respect the race that we're from. We'd rather be something else. So if you look at Hollywood, and I like to talk about two particular families, the Wade family and the Smiths. Now, we know about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and we know that emasculation is real. We know that Jada Pinkett wears the pants in the family because we've seen a mental breakdown of one of the most highest paid Black actors in Hollywood history that can't even control himself, that will go on stage and hit another man for making a joke about his wife's haircut. And a lot of people don't realize the anger that came after that was real, true anger. Keep my wife's name out your blankety blank mouth was emotions. And that was a breakdown. And you saw the preserved person in the family dynamic that has enough power to make to move left and right and just make a move and make her kids get up and do something for her. But that's not Black excellence. That's not even Black. That's a family that was actually given everything that they were given to be the representation or ambassadors for the Black family. But clearly, when you deal in Hollywood, there are some immoral things and some indoctrinational things that you have to, perform. we know that there is a such thing of the casting couch. We know that there's a such thing as the drugs and all these things that have been going on in Hollywood. All you got to do is look at the Playboy Mansion documentary. They talked about the lady from Deep Throat, perform one of the best performances, and they all watched her have sex with an animal, with a German Shepherd, raw diggity dog, no pun intended. So what we're dealing with is something that has been playing this game for a very long time. See, in the 60s, that was the decade that they had to destroy because it bred a really special group of people. And if you're in your mid to late 40s and early to mid 50s right now, and you survived and you made it and you got a little change in your bank account, you got your bearings in your head, and yes, our social and moral consciousness is supposed to be the driving force. But right now, all we got to do is just wait a little more longer because time is undefeated, because these career politicians are literally losing their minds. If you look at President Joe Biden, that man turned around on a speech this weekend to shake hands and wasn't nobody there. And he did it on a black college campus of North Carolina A&T. So we're seeing this with our own eyes. But then if we don't stand in solidarity as a race, then we have no word or no voice, because if we embrace this African Americanism, in which coming out of the 60s, they forced us to, because I am somebody was the replacement for I am a revolutionary. James Brown said, I'm black and I'm proud. Marvin Gaye was saying, brother, brother, brother. War is not the answer. It's not. And we're still sitting right here, right now, allowing these ethnicities, these white liberals, these Jewish liberals to pretty much continue to emasculate the black race, because that's how you control the race. You emasculate it, you water it down, and then you take control of the woman, because you have women that are protectors of white supremacy because of the power that they have. You have black men protectors of white supremacy because of the power that they don't have. If you look at the fraternal order, meaning the Divine Nine, the black college system, if you look at the dues of the KKK, it's a fraternal order as well. So our black college system is a group of nerds, is a group of people that was not popular, a group of people, a group of wannabes that use their education to get some type of influence, and they're using their education to basically appear to be a part of a culture and make decisions. But clearly they either, one, sold their soul, or number two, never had a soul. So when I talk about the Smiths and the Wades, where's the moral compass in these families? If you look at the Dwayne Wade family, of course, he's married to a Hollywood actress, Gabrielle Union. And it's weird that these situations all spurn from the wives, because when you have a black liberal wife, female, and Gabrielle Union does not even have any biological children of her own, women like Gabrielle Union, women like Jada Pinkett, I'm talking about black, strong women, they really are allergy eaters. And when I say allergy eaters, meaning their power comes from standing on their men. Now, for Dwayne Wade to have a son and to allow his son to be raised this way, he's not raising the son this way. His wife is. She's the one that's making his son into a daughter, which is okay. But the moral consciousness is not there. And I'm going to just let y'all think about this right now, because I'm not going to speak on it right now, because I want the black ignorance groups, the ones who don't understand, the ones who don't believe that we represent the race. I'm talking about those. I'm talking about those who basically would say, well, black is just a color. These people who do not want to live by a higher standard. It's called the crab bucket syndrome and pig pen politics. Because if you are a loser and you are in the pig pen, just to have a conversation with you, people got to get dirty. And for the Black Excellence Society, we can no longer get in the pig pen with them. We got out the pig pen. Now we're clean. So now we could pelt them with rocks in their dirty, immoral pig pen because they're about bullshit and bullshit only. And I'm going to say this again, because these are some immoral people that never want to know the truth, that always ask critical questions. But when you give them the answers, they refuse to receive it because clearly they know that there's a group of people that are smarter than them, that's more cognitively conscious than them, that has more a higher spirit, a connection with a higher power, and the ability to create change. And those individuals that have the ability to create change are attacked on a daily basis by devil's advocates. And when I say devil's advocates, meaning the devil uses weak-minded people who do not have a social consciousness and who just get along with the crowd because they don't want the bar to be risen because they're going to look like, they're not as smart or they're not a part of the upper echelons of society when it comes to blackness. And the truth is coming out because now the eagles are spreading their wings and slapping the shit out of pigeons left and right on a daily basis because the pigeons know eagles when they see them. Because eagles ain't having conversations about pigeons when the pigeons are not around. The eagles are talking about soaring and getting to a higher level. And metaphorically, I'm talking about black men as eagles. Because if we don't lead the community, then we're going to lose the community. We already lost the race, and now everyone's embracing, an ethnicity because the Smiths and the Wades are not a black nuclear families. These are African American black liberals. And there's no difference than a Jewish liberal. There's no difference than a white liberal, because liberals are in the opposition of God, because liberals have no standard. Liberals will say only the dark side deals in absolute when only God deals in absolutes, because if you look at a mathematical term, that's absolute and that's godly because it's not debatable, idiot. And I'm saying this because I'm speaking to the spirit of that idiot spirit, of that kill spirit, of that Cain spirit. It's a spirit. Because you have brothers beefing with each other because one of the brothers somehow possess and hold a spirit that they can't control, or they don't even know that they have the power to get rid of it, or they just curse for life. And it seems like they're cursed for life because they don't want to come around and have real conversations, So the standard has to rise, and a better black America here is to raise the bar for black excellence. And I have to speak on the Wade family because of Dwayne Wade's son. Dwayne Wade has a gay son that's supposedly a transgender, but the son has a penis still, and he's dating, and he's only 14 years old. So people think that the world is upset because of Dwayne Wade's son is gay. No, the world could really care less. What the black community have an issue with, because we're trying to raise the bar from black excellence, and we see the white liberals and white Jewish community using the black families that they decided to, pour their influence and money and Hollywood films and all of this into, to pretty much paint the picture for the black family, because it's what they call emasculate. They want to water down the black family. Could you imagine if Magic Johnson had 7 kids and all 7 of his children was over 6'5", and he raised all of them and took them to the court every day and put them in a weight room and had them, put them on protein and develop them like LeBron is doing his sons? Could you imagine? But Magic Johnson was so busy married to the basketball game, doing God knows willy-nilly in the Playboy's mansion. He said, one time 5 wasn't enough. 6 wasn't enough. Sometimes 7 wasn't enough. Got AIDS. And this is why Hollywood loves him, because can you imagine with all the cameras in the